brought to you by
youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
Hello there and welcome to UBC News Tonight with me, Sharon Chondosha. Today, President Yoweri Museveni has held a strategic meeting with the Ambassador of Germany to Uganda, His Excellency Matthias Shaw, at State House, Nakasero. The discussions focused on enhancing collaboration in key sectors including trade, investment, technology, sports development, and others. Both leaders reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening the long-standing partnership between Uganda and Germany. And of course, the President emphasized the need for partnerships anchored on mutual respect and shared development goals, reiterating Uganda's commitment to sustainable progress. Ambassador Shaw thanked President Museveni for the warm reception and the opportunity for meaningful engagement, expressing optimism about the continued growth of Uganda-Germany relations. The NRM Deputy Secretary General Rose Namayanja Nsereko has urged Christian women to be resourceful in their homes to boost household incomes. She made the remarks while delivering a sermon during the Seventh-day Adventist Women's Emphasis Sabbath at SDA Najanankombi Church in Kampala.
Seventh-day Adventist women have celebrated the Women's Emphasis Sabbath, a day set aside in their faith to empower and strengthen women's faith. The church service was fully led by women. While delivering the sermon, Rose Namayanja Nsereko encouraged women to support their families by being productive and engaging in income-generating activities.
The important thing is that we are supposed to fulfill our mission. Some women lack self-esteem, so the first thing that they are supposed to do is to awaken themselves, to do self-discovery, identify that which you are supposed to do. And once you have identified it, don't live in the past. That which hindered you to progress, just let go.
She further advised women to acquire practical skills to add value to themselves.
Once you decide on what you want to do ahead, equip yourself with knowledge and skills. There's a lot of knowledge out there on the internet. Instead of wasting data on social media, on other things, just add value using that data in terms of soft skills, in terms of other skills, hard skills.
Namayanja commended President Museveni's government for empowering women through affirmative action in education, which has enabled the women to take up leadership positions, including the Vice President, the Speaker, and the Prime Minister.
Mu Africa, Uganda yasooka okubeera ne Vice President nga mukyala 2-3. Dr. Specioza Kaziwe n'abeera Vice President. Kati naffe twamutunuuliranga ne tugamba nti kale.
Anna Damulira, a leader in Najanakumbi SDA Church, expressed gratitude for dedicating a special day to women to encourage one another to bravely face life's challenges.
As you know, women, we go through different problems and happinesses. So we come together as a church, as women, to talk about things which press us as women, and we strengthen each other.
The SDA Women's Emphasis Sabbath was celebrated under the theme, Gravings of the Soul. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Kampala.
The Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, has urged leaders, especially in public service, to stop viewing retirement as a problem and instead see it as an opportunity to offer their expertise as consultants. He made the remarks while presiding over the retirement Thanksgiving ceremony of Elizabeth Onen, the head teacher of Chitante Hill School in Kampala.
The Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu, has encouraged leaders to ensure they finish well and leave behind a lasting legacy. He was presiding over the retirement Thanksgiving ceremony of Elizabeth Onen, the head teacher of Chitante Hill School in Kampala.
Retired, but not expired, not tired, but required. Which means another chapter calls for things like mentoring others. You can use your experience to mentor other teachers. This is my plan for retirement. I am planning to retire to preaching the gospel.
Elizabeth Onen, who retires after 30 years of dedicated service in education, shared her leadership journey and what helped her maintain a good reputation in public service.
Thanking God for my career. I've been a teacher for the last 30 years. And I've served for the last 30 years plus. Good parent background. My parents were very strict, were very firm. They educated me. They took education as a priority. 2, prayer. I've been a prayerful person. 3, I have had a very wonderful husband who has been quite supportive, and a family that is supportive.
Kampala Capital City Authority, the school's immediate supervisor, together with Chitante Hill staff, applauded Onen's exemplary leadership that uplifted the school's standards.
Congratulate Madam Elizabeth for her retirement and leaving a legacy behind of hard work and nurturing very many. They call her queen, and indeed she's a queen. As KCCA, we've normally been coming here to visit the school. You know, we come to check on the pedagogy, the curriculum, how learners are in class, but you would see how students welcome her. She was really their inspiration and a mother. So we congratulate her for the beautiful legacy and hard work. Our school has been performing so well. The students are really nurtured very well, well-mannered.
She's a very good mentor. She's motherly, she's kind, she wishes everybody well, and she is very godly, very informative. She's a mother.
Chitante Hill School is a city government school that mainly serves children of public servants and low-income earners.
Away from church, the Uganda Cancer Institute, in partnership with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and key development partners, has convened a high-level cancer symposium in Kampala to address critical gaps in cancer treatment. The focus is on creating collaborative frameworks to reduce the growing burden of esophageal cancer in Uganda. The event was officiated by Uganda's ambassador to Washington, Her Excellency Rodney Kakonge, who underscored the importance of international cooperation in fighting cancer.
But more importantly, what we're focusing on here is the area of science, technology, and innovation. And as we all know, public health is a key issue in those areas, because in Uganda we don't have enough doctors, we don't have those resources. So how can we begin to leverage technology and to make sure that our people are serviced, but more importantly, that even the experts that we have here get some training. We have an opportunity as Ugandans to be able to work with other partners, but take charge of our health and our well-being. You know, And we've seen how these other aid programs and those other things, because aid is not sustainable, first of all. So how can we begin to take care of the very basics of checkups, of getting the information out, looking at those key health pillars?
And one of the issues has been that there has been lack of expertise in the areas of making diagnosis and also confirming it. So that means timely treatment becomes a problem. And probably that is also one of the contributors to the high mortality that we are seeing. So one of the area which we can easily work with is to kind of create awareness among health professionals and then also come up with what can be done collectively. That is collaboration. So this symposium is about trying to kind of bring together, of course, we as the local actors in Uganda, and then with our partners from Africa.
In more news, the State Minister for Higher Education, Honorable John C. Muyingo, has called the school heads and teachers to stop handling government duties with negligence. This follows his inspection tour of government schools in Nakaseke district, during which he suspended the principal of Nakaseke Technical Institute for reportedly abandoning his official duties. Take a look.
While inspecting government schools in Nakaseke district, Honorable Jesse Muyingo expressed concern over some government workers neglecting their responsibilities, saying such conduct undermines government programs.
I'm here on the monitoring program, monitoring our school education institutions to kind of find out exactly what is happening. This is now the second week since the term started. I'm extremely happy to notice that many of our children have come back to school. I'm very happy about that. And I'm also extremely happy to learn that our teachers are almost all of them back for duty. I'm appealing to them, thank the NRM government for supporting us as a ministry, thank them for the many good things they have done for the people.
During his tour, which started in his home district of Nakaseke, the minister was received by several government officials, including Chief Administrative Officer Sarah Nachimuli Azizi, the President's representative in the area, Rosemary Byabasiza Amoti, Deputy RDC Muganga Benjamin, and Nakaseke's Secretary for Works and Natural Resources, among others. Local leaders reported to the minister that the education sector in Nakaseke is facing serious challenges, including school heads who are not fulfilling their duties. Among those implicated were Alexander Mugisha, principal of Nakaseke Technical Institute, and the institute's bursar, Winnie Naroga, who are accused of abandoning their responsibilities.
Institute ajolonze technical na dynamic yogoma. Umuganda umangagama nti lugojami batuweza lugojami omusajja talina kasobolera ddala institute abadde agisse tewali bitambula ebirungi ebimu abyerabidde.
So abasomesa bano babeera nnyo disappointed bwe babanga tebafuna kasente wakafaanana ngaako which is made for them. Then of course bali bagamba balina saako zaabwe gye bakola badde basaba gavumenti intervening ebyo byonna byakutunulamu.
The minister visited the institute to assess the situation and monitor ongoing activities. At the institute, he directed both Alexander Mugisha and the bursar to step aside to enable proper operations to resume.
So I think she also needs to take charge as we sort ourselves out. But you will move on the floor as a handle. Actually, they have given me leeway now to go home. I've gone home once since I came to Nakaseke. Once.
Later, the minister visited St. Mark Chirema Kufu SS, St. Joseph Kasambia SS, and other schools. In the same spirit, he urged local leaders and government employees to continue sensitizing the public about the achievements of the NRM government and to mobilize support for President Museveni in the upcoming election.
MTN Uganda is making a significant impact in the Lur Kingdom as part of its flagship corporate social responsibility initiative, 21 Days of Yellow Care. The telecom giant is partnering in partnership, with several organizations, is investing in healthcare, digital access and youth empowerment, directly tackling child marriage and unemployment in Pakwach district.
Under the theme, Connecting at the Roots, Connecting Communities Through Digital Tools, MTN Uganda brought a wave of transformation to the Alor Kingdom in Pakwach district, ranging from solar power installation, a rainwater harvesting system, donating hospital beds and computers at Alui Health Center too.
As a company, we completely believe that you cannot build a strong company in a society that is not prospering. And that is the reason why we are interested in the outcomes of the community. You probably ask, what has MTN got to do with health? The reason why we are here is because we believe that the more we create healthy outcomes, more literate outcomes for the community, the more we are creating subscribers, not only for our future, but people who are actually going to play a role in making Uganda unstoppable.
Partnership with ATC Uganda, Techno and other organizations, the initiative is focused on bridging the digital divide in marginalized and underserved communities.
So we asked ourselves, and I'm happy that in those 5 years up to this 2025, His Royal Majesty decided to dedicate the 5 years into a theme ending child marriage and pregnancies in Alor land. And I'm happy to be associated with MTN for the last 4 years. This is the 5th year that you have been in this journey with us.
MTN is also supporting youth through digital training and enterprise tools, helping young entrepreneurs and creative access online markets, an effort aimed at reducing unemployment and child marriage in the region.
We call upon the people of Alui community to keep our children in school. That is the only way we'll address the health challenges that come with getting teenagers into marriage at a very young age.
MTN Uganda, through its 21 Days of Yellow Care initiative, continues across the country with over 500 million shillings invested this year in health, education and digital inclusion. Sada Mubale, UBC News.
In a public infrastructure challenge, the Dokolo-Namasel Road has become a trail of struggle and a silent cry for help. In tonight's special report, 88 kilometers of pain, UBC's Eddie Olua takes us on a journey along a road filled with pain, pride and perseverance.
It begins with a promise, a road so smooth, Lira to Dokolo, a journey of hope. But just 10 meters out of Dokolo town, that promise is shattered. This is the road to Amolatar. Every day my phone rang with the same cry, come see our road, come tell our story. And so I came. Shallow and deep potholes, gullies so wide, they eat the road itself. Some parts gone completely. It is not just a road, it is a daily battlefield.
Road is not on the work plan, it is not budgeted for. We are asking the government, what is wrong? If could be there is any problem or any misfortune by the people of Dokolo and Amolatar, we should be told.
Mothers walk for miles, motorcycles topple in ditches, and cars most don't make it. From Doholo to Chero, the road is a ghost. Motorists abandon it altogether, choosing a longer, more expensive route through Kabera Maido. But for locals, there is no choice. We arrived on a market day. Before Chirata Balang Swamp, this is the situation. Farmers with the produce, mothers with the children, traders with the dreams all stuck in a place. People push, they pull, they carry hope on their backs across the swampy pits. They talk tough of record, and on camera they fear. Their words are filled with exhaustion. Their eyes bleeding. Maybe the president doesn't know about this. One woman tells me, that is why we talk to you. The people are crying, not just for better roads, but for recognition, for dignity, for a government that sees them. But from Ochero to Namasale, there is no escape. You either brave the road or don't move at all. Arriving in Amolatar doesn't feel like the end of the road. It feels like the beginning of another heartbreak. Just more mud, more waiting, and more despair. But this road holds more than people. It holds Uganda's heritage. From the Eden story of Kabaka Mwanga Hanomukama Kabalega in Kangai, where government is currently constructing a multi-billion heritage center, to the sacred center of Uganda in Oliaha, this road connects stories of history and unity.
The bad road has really affected people so much in coming to this place. Because when it is rainy season, the road is very, very, very bad. And I could say it is worst.
There were schools that used to bring students for field work at Namasale, ferry landing and other landing sites. They are now not coming, and yet those ones used to bring for us revenue. There are also people that were coming to visit Center of Uganda. They are now not coming because of access.
For some, suffering is business. Young boys charge 30,000 shillings to push you out of this mud. Mechanics work non-stop. A broken road makes them busy. The transporters are leaving passengers behind. The sick can't reach hospitals. Students are late for school. As I followed this road, I understood this is not just a bad road. It is an economic chokehold. Traders have parked their trucks. Mechanics work overtime. Shelves are getting empty.
Chola dunga megamente no medongo economy jai boto charwil amekadu gamente pokonyo wa wana chalo vero charwil teko pen woni wandu unu peha teha teko pen business wa miro reto koping kwa chwa tie boto gamente ni yobe wa yo.
And recently, when Karoma Bridge was temporarily closed, this road through Amolatar, Namasale Ferry to Nakasongola became one of the few remaining links between northern Uganda and Kampala. The district leaders here are desperate. The chairperson, Geoffrey Uchenna, says they have begged, written and pleaded, but still no action.
But nothing has been done on the road. But you find there is a road work from Katine up to Uchero. So we feel we are being discriminated. I don't know whether because the vice president comes from that region, Minister of Works comes from the region.
I'm a member of NRM. But what I'm seeing, it makes opposition to take advantage of what they are seeing on the ground. Because they're saying NRM is failing.
The mayor warns of political backlash, saying the people are losing their patience.
They tell us, you people here tell us we should put Museveni back to his seats, but check, Museveni has failed to support us here. Like last time we gave him 75% votes in Amolatar. But what did he do here? Let him work on the roads. Majorly the roads and hospitals, but schools, issue of schools, there's some okay.
If the government cannot come in, we are going to come to them. And I'm promising in the 14 working days, after it expires, we are going to demonstrate and show the government that it is exactly a pain that we are getting.
But amidst the frustration, there is a message of hope. Bonnie Poulet, the assistant RDC of Amolatar, acknowledges the outcry. He says the road is not forgotten, it is in the NRM manifesto. While full tarmacking may take time, he assures the public that plans are underway for immediate improvements to make it motorable.
I want to thank the government for the issue of roads. I know soon the government are going to work on them. Before the end of the year, this financial year, this road will be worked on. While we wait for what? Tarmac.
Judith Aliek, the chairperson of Lao Parliamentary Group, says this road was among the top 5 priority roads presented to government for urgent tarmacking.
Sincerely, it is in a very bad state. A letter was written by His Excellency the President to Minister of Finance in 2021. There was already a company that had offered itself to construct that road through pre-financing. And Ministry of Finance declined to implement the directive from His Excellency the President. Yet, the company that had already offered itself to grade this road, to tarmac this road, already had money to do the road. So we are still pushing for this road and we want it tarmacked.
Lira Kambini is at finishing stage. A patch Lira Puranga Road is also being worked on. The three remaining ones are Boke to Bobi, Lira to Abim, and Doholo to Amolatar Road. From Doholo to Amolatar to Namasale, the people are still waiting. This is a cry for dignity and a call for action. Eddie Ulwa, UBC News.
Thank you so much, Edwulwa. We hope that the cry has been heard, and indeed government will go ahead to construct and make sure that those roads are done. Moving on in more stories, the NRM Electoral Commission has concluded the exercise of issuing nomination forms to aspirants seeking the flag at both parliamentary and district levels. But before that, the National Resistance Movement has confirmed that 2,800 aspirants have picked nomination forms to contest for parliamentary and district council seats on the party ticket. The party's Electoral Commission has described the process as very smooth and well organized.
The National Resistance Movement Party has concluded the issuance of nomination forms for parliamentary and district chairpersons aspirants, attracting 28,000 participants.
And everyone was served freely and fairly. We are happy that we have ended this process without any major hiccup.
Tang Odoi, the chairperson of the NRM Electoral Commission, describes the process as successful, reaffirming the party's strong grassroots support. The Electoral Commission announced that nominations will run from June 17th to June 30th.
The nomination is from 17th to 30th June 2025.
Tang Odoi also addressed participation restrictions in some areas.
Where we have not had structure elections, where we had structures but we didn't complete, like Sembabule, like Amolata, Lira District, Mbale City, and Namutumba, the Commission is now hard pressed on the wall because of time. But we shall find even small breathing space to make sure we complete those elections.
Aspirants cited poor education, bad roads, and inadequate health care as key reasons for contesting.
The reason that incumbent, he has served there for 2 terms, he has done. But there are some things which are undone. I want to start with those issues, like the issue of education.
Our constituency, Lira City East Division, for the last 30-40 has been held hostage by the opposition. That is none other than UPC.
Who is passionate about serving the interests of the young people of Eastern. I have decided to rise up to go and represent these young people, to be the voice of the voices of the young people.
They commended the smooth exercise and pledged to support the party's eventual flag bearers. Each aspirant emphasized their individual strength and qualifications as reasons they deserve the NRM ticket.
And the second thing is, if you look at the West Nile, the teenage pregnancy has gone high. What is happening? What is the responsibility of the parents? So we need to have a lot of baraza to discuss with the parents and see what else we need to do.
Religion and all aspects. So I am that change that can unite The youths of Eastern region have merely been administering Panadol and aspirin to whatever seems to be a cancerous problem.
NRM Electoral Commission Chairperson Dr. Tango Doi attributed the high turnout to the NRM's sustained popularity and dismissed the threat from opposition parties.
Still about the nominations, the NRM Electoral Commission has concluded the exercise of issuing nomination forms to aspirants seeking the party flag at both parliamentary and district levels. Over 2,800 aspirants have expressed their interest and outlined their intentions to serve, with a commitment to improving service delivery if granted the mandate by voters. While addressing the media, Dr. James Twaheo, the NRM Electoral Commissioner, urged all aspirants to embrace fairness and promote a peaceful, balanced and credible electoral process throughout the party primaries.
And from this point forward, I ask for your support that we should win this election, and that way we shall be able to have the mandate, but also be able to solve the issues challenging us in our communities.
Uganda is not only for Uganda, but it is beyond Africa. It also goes to the world. We have been very exemplary, as our leader, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has done, has put us on the knob, so we should advocate for maintenance of that also.
We decided to pick these nomination forms just to make sure that I'm representing the Mpigi district.
Come here to pick expression of interest verification documents. The nomination is due next week. Some people in the village there, they have been telling them that people who picked the expression of interest have been nominated. That's not correct. Nomination is next week.
A lawyer by profession, and as an intending candidate to aspire for the MP of my constituency, my biggest target or my agenda for this term is to fight corruption. I am very sure the problem of corruption in Igara East, in Bushenyi and Uganda at large.
Aspiring to become a member of parliament.
A border rider from Calvary border stage. In fact, I'm one of those people that are standing for city mayorship of Mbarara City.
Told you before, I'll tell you today, and I'll always tell you, my candidature is based on a four system, which is first of all empowering the youth of northern Uganda, skill revolutions, stability and youth livelihood.
Officials from the NRM Secretariat narrowly escaped attack by angry party supporters in Toro district after chaos broke out during a voter register verification exercise in West Budama Northeast and West Budama South constituencies. The team, responding to a petition by local members of parliament who alleged that the registers had been infiltrated by non-residents, descended on the area without prior notice to local authorities, sparking outrage among residents. Tensions quickly escalated as placards waving locals protested the timing of the exercise, citing the ongoing electoral process.
This baraza followed a petition by MPs Emmanuel Atala and Fox Odoi, who alleged that the NRM registers in some villages had been tampered with by non-resident voters. Drama first unfolded in West Budama South, where residents, including village registrars, demanded official documentation authorizing the verification.
No, we shall not allow you to finish because I don't have a copy as LC3 and you're coming to my sub-county. Yes, where's my copy as LC3? This is illegal.
When the team failed to present the formal letters, tension surged.
There was update of registers. We have no ghost voters here in Osia. Village Baraza was the last day. Where were you people? You were supposed to come. We are going to meet the president. You are failing, President Museveni.
The verification team, armed with village registers, was ordered to vacate the area or face possible attack. Locals questioned the timing as it coincides with the ongoing electoral activities.
Should we now reverse this election of area LOC1s that we began and the structural leadership because of one person?
I am a mayor of a town. I know the kind of people I am hosting there. The proof evidences are there. People of various religions and tribes are there. Are they trying to say the Banyankoles, which they are saying, are not part of Tororo?
In West Budama Northeast, the team encountered similar resistance. Some voters openly denounced their area MP, Fox Odoi, accusing him of masterminding the petition.
Fox will not bulldoze anybody in Western Northeast. We voted him here overwhelmingly for nothing.
Residents condemned what they called political interference aimed at disrupting the electoral process. Many warned that unresolved tensions could push NRM supporters to the opposition.
They are smelling failing. That's why they are trying to confuse. They have been in parliament for those years. They have failed to mobilize for NRM. We are tired. If they are chasing us from NRM party, we go back to other parties.
Capson Sausi, the team leader from the NRM Secretariat, defended the exercise, saying they were acting on MP's concerns.
There was no petition before the village baraza, so we can only follow a petition. So we couldn't have come when there was no complaint. We are only responding to a complaint which had been launched.
Sausi said the team will compile a report and submit it to their superiors for further action.
What follows, we are going to report back to headquarters. They will advise on what to do next.
With accusations of political manipulation and looming threats of defection, the NRM leadership is under pressure to address grassroots frustrations and restore calm ahead of the party primaries.
For Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja, ordered land dispute victims to vacate the resident district commissioner's office. The victims, who had camped there for nearly 3 weeks, are demanding urgent government action of a long-standing land conflict in Kabukero, Nkoko, Ibuga and surrounding areas. Some victims have vowed not to leave until their grievances are addressed.
Statements for Lands, Dr. Sam Mayanja has ordered land disputes victims to vacate the resident district commissioner's office before holding a closed-door session with Kasese district leaders.
Those decisions and told them to go home peacefully. If their leaders will come back in 3 months' time to receive the results of our work. If they want to accompany their leaders, they will do so. So I've told them to go back home. I've told the RDC to give them time as to this, they dispatch quietly back to their homes.
The chairperson of the cultivators, Bira Grace, presented a detailed report on residents affected by the escalating disputes.
Ima Army Production Farm was another land. Then Mubuku Prison Farm. These are purely government land, titled Government Knows Their Boundaries. They brought our brothers with documentation from the government technical team that was appointed, gave out government land. But to our surprise, these people went beyond government land. This is where we get a challenge. We were evicted, broad day. Chairpersons were imprisoned, they were beaten, our houses were demolished. I have never seen my father humiliated the way he was by men in uniform, government uniform.
Basonga traditional leader Daniel Ndahura Kashagama decried historical injustices and ancestral land encroachment.
Songora ancestral lands of Kangara and Ruehingo, totaling about 25,000 acres, be freed and shared between the cultivators and pastoralists on a ratio of 1:3 as earlier agreed in 1994.
Rwenzururu representatives cited the population pressure, unclear boundaries, and historical displacement as key drivers of the conflict.
Thousands of indigenous cultivator families have been forcefully evicted from their ancestral lands, with many displaced for over 15 to 36 years. This has led to extreme poverty, unemployment, food insecurity, and the collapse of community-based subsistence economy.
State Minister for ICT, Kabyanga, blamed the disputes on population growth against limited land.
But we can get for land somewhere to resettle them. If it is gazetting the national park, which is not personally my route, it would be okay. But I think we can get land somewhere else to resettle some of the people.
Minister Mayanja later addressed Kampti victims, promising a resolution within 3 months, tasked RDC Lieutenant Joel Simbi to oversee the process and ensure community security during mediation and resettlement.
All these, we shall come back in 3 months' time. Those who have finished, who have managed to beat the deadline, will get their titles in the names of those given in the decisions of government. Those who are allowed to be given in individuals will be in individual names. Those who are in the cooperative societies, they'll be in the cooperative society. Those who are in the names ordered under the court order, they'll be in those names. That one of Ngoko will be in the names of those as directed by court or as agreed by the individuals themselves.
Jamilu Sekaja compiled this report for UBC News.
The Minister for Kampala Metropolitan Affairs, Hajat Amin Ssekabande, has urged women to rise as women of substance, resilient, purposeful, and defined by integrity. Speaking at the Women of Great Price Crusade organized by Apostle Grace Lubega Phaneroo Ministries, Minister Kabande called for women's economic and spiritual empowerment, unity, and active participation in the workforce.
Women from Uganda and beyond have gathered for prayer and celebration under the theme, My Great Price, What Makes a Woman of Substance. Kampala Metropolitan Affairs Minister Hajat Amin Ssekabande urged women to face life's challenges with courage and determination and to positively impact their communities. She emphasized hard work, confidence and self-value, especially when opportunities arise.
And I dare say, Uganda needs women of substance. A woman of substance is one who walks with dignity, speaks with wisdom, and stands firm in her values.
You think they're going to give you money, whatever you want. When your child wants a pen, you just go and ask for a pen. I think it's better we go and work. And you should work hard. Instead of going for prostitution, instead of going for other things, you go and work and get money. That's how you can live happily in life.
The minister also highlighted the need to increase women's participation in the workforce, particularly in underrepresented sectors.
We have women of substance from amongst you that have stood in different elective positions. As government, we are working to create spaces and policies that empowers women economically, socially, and politically. Let us continue to support one another across faiths. Pray and support women of substance that could give leadership to this country.
Apostle Grace Lubega thanked government for upholding freedom of worship and supporting the ministry during past land-related challenges.
They were so made up to take this property, even when we had paid for it and had all the documentation. And our dear president heard about it, and he immediately wrote a directive to release our property.
Here's your chance to win school fees for your child for a whole year. Just pay school fees using Momo.
Hi, Mengo Senior School. We are here to reward one of our winners that paid school fees with Momo, and they got themselves school fees for a whole year.
The winner is my little sister. We loaded the money on my line. We did a payment. So basically that's the story behind as to why it's me and then mom. It's such a relief for any parent, because you imagine sitting at the back and knowing the child is going to do school for a full year. You're not worried about anything whatsoever. So I'm excited. Thank you, MTN.
This is continuous, so please, I call upon everyone to continue paying school fees with Momo. Dial *165 *80 hash and pay school fees with Momo and stand a chance to win school fees for a whole year.
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
You got us on your wallet. Bobby, again, what's the drama?
Drama? Colleagues, elections for special interest groups are calling. SIGs, elections, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time to vote for our leaders, June through August. From village to parish to district to nationals, youth, PWDs, elderly. It's time, go vote your leaders.
No!
Elections are supposed to be peaceful. Easy vote, okay?
Youth, elderly, and persons with disabilities. It's time to choose our leaders. Let's show up and participate in the special interest group elections. Starting June through August this year. Your vote, your voice. My vote, my voice. This message is brought to you by the Uganda Electoral Commission.
I got to learn about the Powerball through the website www.nationallottery.go.ug. Played Powerball tickets worth 5,000, used an option of Quick Pick, and that's how I was able to be the lucky one to win 35 million. I checked my tickets online and I found out that I had winning numbers. The feeling was incredible and full of excitement. I would advise everyone who is 18 and above that whatever you're seeing here exemplifies reality. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Uganda National Lottery for bringing us this opportunity to win millions.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
All eyes on Abidjan for the 16th General Assembly of the African Union of Broadcasting, AUB. At the heart of the discussions, Africa's leading voices in broadcasting and media. Theme: Empowering African Media, Strategies for Financial Resilience, Technological Growth and Content Innovation. Abidjan will also host the Grand Night of the AUB Media Awards 2025. Let yourself be captivated by Côte d'Ivoire, the legendary stadiums, the golden beaches of Assynia, the majestic Basilica of Yamoussoukro, and of course, the unforgettable taste of acheke with grilled fish and the irresistible Kajeno chicken. Where media meets a vibrant Africa. See you soon in Côte d'Ivoire.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In our business stories, the chairperson of Electricity Regulatory Authority, Dr. Sarah Wasagali, has handed over office 3 months ahead of the end of her term to focus on elective politics. Dr. Wasagali has announced her intention to contest for the position of Woman Member of Parliament for Mbale City. She has also reiterated the urgent need for increased financial investment in the electricity sector to realize the country's electricity distribution goals. Take a look.
The chairperson of the Electricity Regulatory Authority, Dr. Sarah Wasagali Kanabi, has served as the board chairperson of the Electricity Regulatory Authority for nearly a decade. During her tenure, she made significant contributions to the energy sector, particularly in the area of regulation under the authority's stipulated mandate.
So I'm leaving a clean organization, and I would urge the incoming leadership to keep the organization clean. I would urge them to pay attention to pending issues of connection, issues of tariff affordability, issues of reliability and quality of service.
While her leadership saw several notable achievements, it was not without challenges, ranging from the vandalism of electricity infrastructure to limited financing. Dr. Wasagali highlighted a funding gap of at least $2 billion needed to enhance electricity generation, transmission and distribution.
As possible, because we need to extend the grid. If I asked you how far has electricity gone to your villages, all that requires money. We need actually, in the next few years, we need more generation, because within a short period, demand will outstrip supply. We need investment in generation, in transmission, in capacity building.
She has declared her intention to contest for the position of Woman Member of Parliament for Mbale City in the upcoming 2026 general elections.
There's another level of leadership, and I personally felt there is a leadership gap in my region, Bugisu region in particular, and I'm coming in and I'm promising people of Mbale City in particular that I will provide clean leadership, I'll provide an accountable leadership, I'll provide leadership that has concern for the development of the people and the development of the region.
The management of the Electricity Regulatory Authority commends Dr. Sarah Wasagali Kanabi for her dedicated service and outstanding leadership throughout her tenure as board chairperson.
She has been leading at governance level of the authority, and the mandate of the authority, as you may be aware, as enshrined into Section 9 of the Electricity Act, is summarized into 4 areas. One is to prescribe the tariff structure and set the tariffs and rates that the public pays for electricity services.
With only 3 months remaining on her contract, the appointment of a new chairperson of the ERA board now lies with the designated appointing authority. Abdul Nasser Lubwama and Regan Ahumza, UBC News.
On Sunday, June 15th, Uganda will make history in the world of cinema. MultiChoice Uganda, through its premium channel, Pearl Magic Prime, unveiled the 2nd season of the blockbuster African TV series Shaka Ilembe, marking a turning point in the continent's journey towards world-class film production. We have a detailed story from Chris Buyondo.
Nearly 40 years since the global success of Hollywood's Shaka Zulu, the African continent is reclaiming its narrative with a powerful new chapter, Shaka Ilembe.
So Shaka Ilembe is the story of the legendary King Shaka of the Zulu Kingdom in South Africa, and of course the surrounding tribes and the different twists and turns in what those relationships were like. And so right now we are in the 2nd season of Shaka Ilembe. Season 1 came out in 2023, and now in 2025 we have season 2.
Shot entirely on the amazing African soil, this compelling series tells the story of one of the continent's greatest leaders, this time through the lens of African storytellers.
At MultiChoice, we believe in taking the lead when it comes to telling African stories. Can I hear an amen? Amen! Not simply because we broadcast great stories, but because we invest in them.
At a high-profile premiere held in Kampala, the premiere marked the first time in history that a blockbuster television production of this magnitude has been released in Uganda.
You saw that lady who had hyenas. That is a real story. That was Ntombas, the mother to Zwide Kalang. She was a witch. It's real. It's a real story that has been told from generation to generation.
It is MultiChoice premiering Shaka Ilembe, and you want to know African stories, you cannot miss to watch this.
MultiChoice has taken very deliberate steps in as far as being able to be a part of the foundation building for telling African stories.
The event was graced by renowned filmmakers, international attaches, and passionate film enthusiasts, all gathered to celebrate the rise of African storytelling on a global scale.
We saw the guys, the grass in their hair was over 50,000 bundles of grass. Yep. We had 30 kilometers worth of palm rope. There was more than 16,000 cast and crew. There were 272 Zulu war clubs and more than 500 traditional pots and bowls. There was over 6,000 packets of hair made into 800 custom-made pieces and over 18,600 feathers used as part of the costumes. So for the headgear, so feathers, 18,600. Queen Nandi's coronation dress features over 100,000 hand-sewn beads.
Okay, we have seen stories, and today we are going to see our own story made in Africa.
I mean, Shaka is a phenomenal project. First of all, to see something like this that actually depicts African history with a budget like that, and the ability for MultiChoice to allow us to speak in our languages, because Zulu and Xhosa and all of that, and you know, to do it on a global stage is an incredible honor and a privilege. And we all need to thank MultiChoice for projects like this, and I'm hoping they come home soon.
As Uganda steps into the global spotlight, the message is Africa is ready to tell its own stories, boldly, beautifully, and on its own terms.
So with this show, we are going to strengthen the relationship between South Africa and Uganda.
Fishmongers and transporters have raised complaints of alleged extortion and harassment by Fisheries Protection Unit officials at the Uganda-South Sudan border in Elegu. Joseph Odama with the detailed report.
The traders accuse the Fish Protection Unit of colluding with some clearing agents to impose hefty unofficial fees and forcing them to use specific companies.
The problem is we have another company here, but the company don't have even the name. If it is a tilapia, the tilapia going to Congo, they leave it free. The tilapia went to Uganda in Arua, they put a penalty. So this thing gives us a lot of a loss. We are suffering, and yet my women are working with a loan.
Matthew Tony, chairperson of Leodier and Goi Fish Traders Union, a licensed fish import company from South Sudan, reported that 2 of their trucks loaded with fish had been held at the border because the FPU insisted the consignment be cleared using their preferred companies.
Fish Protection Unit forces our trucks consignment, which are coming from Southern Sudan to Ugandan market of Arua and Pondwe, to their known companies, the kangaroo companies, which are registered and have no consignment that they have to submit, but they have to force us to declare using their companies. We thank the Office of the President, the Office of the RDC Amuru District for intervening and solving this issue amicably. We came to ask, we need our consignment to be declared in our companies respectively, but not to use companies that have been enforced by the Fish Protection Unit to pass through and extort money from us without accountability.
When contacted, Noah Isoba, an official from the Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, clarified that the FPU only enforces regulation and it does not issue licenses.
Me as an inspector at the border, Fisheries Protection Unit is an enforcer, is an enforcement arm of the fisheries regulations. Fisheries Protection Unit does not issue licenses. Fisheries Protection Unit is only regulated to ensure that whoever is trading within the regulatory framework.
Abei Mawerere, URA Regional Manager for Northern Uganda Customs, emphasized that all taxes are paid in the bank, adding that customs officers are prohibited from handling cash.
When you make a declaration of fish in the customs management system, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries has to clear you through the system. When it comes to taxes, all taxes are paid in the bank. Even the customs officers do not actually touch any money. The best the customs officer will do is to give you an assessment and you go and pay in the bank. The good thing, we even have a bank here in Elegu. And there are also other payment methods. You can pay by agency banking, you can even pay by mobile money on a payment registration number. But when it comes to fisheries licenses or any payments with fisheries, we are really not in position to confirm how they are paid.
He further assured that all fish imports from South Sudan are properly taxed at Elegu Customs. Joseph Odama, UBC News.
The need to bridge the gap between academia and the job world is critical as many graduates remain unemployed despite their qualifications. To address the challenge, Ispat University has launched a job portal open to all graduates aimed at connecting students to suitable placements.
Uganda graduates thousands of students annually from various universities to meet the demands of the job market. However, despite their qualifications and skills, many remain jobless. To tackle the growing unemployment in Uganda, Dr. Tugi, the Dean of Faculty of ICT at Isbat University, emphasized the importance of alerting students about available job opportunities, hence the launch of the job portal.
For the future workforce and the industries which are working around, so they will be ready for them to work in future. So that is our target, and in that process we train our students in different ways through different clubs, different activities. We want to involve them, and they are already involved in them, and through these Job Connect portals.
He noted that the portal will prepare students for appropriate career paths.
This year we have seen many students appeared for this Job Connect festival, and hopefully we are looking for many offers they are going to get.
The Vice Chancellor of Isbat University, Dr. K.M. Matthew, stressed the importance of creating a direct link between academia and the world of work.
Students are coming after their A-level examinations, they are coming to the university. Now in a university, it is not only the subject learning, the overall personality development, the communication skill development, then their conduct, their personality, their conduct and an interview, or whenever they are going to take a job assignment, there are certain primary requirements, etiquettes. So our faculties teach them all these things.
Pradeep Kumar, the head of academia affairs at Ispat University, also emphasized aligning students with a brighter future.
Why there is an unemployability in any country? Because there is a gap between the skill requirement of the industry and what is being taught in the university. So this festival connects a very good bridge. And the takeaway is not only for students, for Isbat management also, what we do when we are interacting with this kind of interaction with industry, we also realize that, okay, what kind of skills they are emphasizing students. So while students are noting, we also make note and ensure that those students are getting those qualities before they are going for the interview.
Several companies attended the launch of the Job Connect portal at Isbat University and engaged students in preparation for the competitive job market. So far, over 100 students from various universities have benefited from the portal.
50 years with 20 hours.
That's all we had for you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.
UBC Inspire.